What's up, guys? Los Car 50, and look what we have here. Them mods just never end. Never end. Let's go ahead and open this up. Check it out. Some of you already know what this may be. That definitely gives it away. Yes, sir. We got a Grand Design mat trunk liner for the Cobra. Let's check this out. Look at that. Just beautiful. Ever since I was a teen, and I'd see a lot of Cobras with these trunk mats, I'd always think like, man, that's so cool. Like, if I had a Cobra, I'd have one of these too. And I was debating between having one that just blank, just like carpet material, or to have some kind of text on here. But I decided to just go with the text because deep down I knew that this is what I wanted. At the end of the day, it's my car, right? So I get to build it as I like. And this is really clean. I like how it's just the red just has that contrast against this black carpet or the gray carpet. It's not too much because they do have the option where like they have like that plexiglass, mirrored plexiglass, and then the red outlining in the middle. But I wanted something just pretty clean because my car doesn't have anything chrome. So yeah, I think this is going to really lift the back end of the car whenever I open the trunk. It'll give me that satisfaction. And as well, as some of you have already seen, I went to my first car show and I won an award. So I think this may even help with that kind of stuff. Not that I bought it for that, but it'd be kind of something cool to show off as well. So with that being said, little by little, I'm going to be building my car to the way how I have it envisioned. I like to envision these things to see what my final result, final look that I want, that goal that I have. And this is one of the pieces to the puzzle right here. And it's going to take time, of course. Nothing is cheap, especially when it comes to modding. But little by little, this car is going to be essentially the way how I've always dreamed of having a Cobra. But yeah, let's get into the install of this Grand Design Mats trunk liner. So the kit did come with some instructions on how to install the liner. And yes, unfortunately, you do have to drill, I think, a couple of really small holes. Oh no, Carlos, why are you going to drill holes into your Cobra? No big deal, guys. This is not it's not like a 1,000-mile pristine untouched Cobra. No, I mean, it's a super clean Cobra, but come on now, it almost has 100,000 miles. Plus, I'm building it to my liking. My intentions are to not sell this car, so what are a few little holes going to do to my trunk, right? No big deal. And honestly, I'm pretty surprised that nobody has uploaded a video on YouTube of a Terminator with this trunk mat, because this one, as far as I know, is like the most popular one used out there. You see it on a lot of Cobras, a lot of pictures, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube videos, etc., etc. And like nobody has done a video of it. Pretty surprising, I think. But nonetheless, I'm really honored to be able to upload this video and help some of you guys out, right? If you have any questions on how it installs or whatever and how it's going to look like, well, here's an example. Well, as some may or may not remember, I did a video about my backup camera. Well, I put it right there. And the result of that, well, you have these ugly cables just exposed on the trunk. And that's like the main reason that drove me to wanting to get a trunk mat. Otherwise, I'd leave it probably just alone. Or maybe not. But yeah, so having that trunk mat is definitely going to help improve the look underneath the trunk and cover up that mess right there. So the first step will be to pretty much hold up the mat into the location where you want to have it, and then you can also use a masking tape to help keep it in place. Once you do that, you gotta mark the locations of the holes where the pins are gonna go. So once you got that mat in place, which by the way I highly recommend you have somebody give you a hand to hold it while you mark the center hole locations. So there's a total of 8 holes that need to be drilled, and I already went ahead and marked my locations. For example, here's one right there, here's another, and so on and so forth, like right here, right here, right there, one right there, another right here, and one right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead, while using a 1/4" drill bit, I'm gonna gently, carefully drill onto the trunk. And you gotta be mindful that this right here, I believe it's fiberglass or some kind of composite material. It's not metal, so you have to be really gentle. If you have a stop, I highly recommend a stop for your drill bit. Otherwise, if you put a lot of pressure, you could probably drill through the other side of the trunk, and that'd be a catastrophe. We don't want that. So here I have my 1/4" drill bit with a stop. You can either use something like this or use like electrical tape and just wrap it around the drill bit until there's like a thick layer on there. And again, this is just to avoid drilling too far into the area. And per the instructions, it says to leave about a 1/4" away from the tip. So approximately you're going to be drilling in a 1/4" into the panel. So there goes one hole, and essentially you're going to do that to all other 7 holes. Again, be really gentle, just take your time, and it'll come out pretty good. So after drilling my first hole, since I have a metal stop on a drill bit, I decided to put some masking tape. What I did is just kind of punched a little hole through it so I can see where my mark is on the trunk panel. That way, whenever I drill into it, I won't scratch the outside surface of the hole. Just to be a little extra careful. And if you're using like electrical tape as a stop on your drill bit, I wouldn't worry about it because the electrical tape is not going to scratch the surface. This is how the trunk looks like after all the holes are drilled in. It turned out really, really clean. Again, to reiterate what I've been saying, take your time and take your time and ease in with the drill bit. Boom, just like that, we have it installed. It just changes the whole look of the trunk. That'll be the first thing you see once you open the trunk. Terminator, Cobra, yes sir. And what I like about these pins, really you can't even almost tell that there's any pins holding that panel on there, because the pins come with like this same material, like the carpet, onto the head of the pin, so it blends really nicely. Check that out. Let's just take a moment to contemplate this beauty. Man, that looks so good. Besides like the fit and the finish, I do want to give props to Grand Design Mat, because this thing feels so solid on here. Like, you try to pull on it, it feels really solid onto the panel of the trunk. So that's definitely not going to go anywhere. And it's important, if you ever want to take this off again, use like some kind of trim removal panel or tool and prop it open from like the back end. Don't pull on the pins, because you can damage the surface of the panel. So you gotta pry from the inside out. So that's all for this trunk panel install video, guys. Once again, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and continue doing so for future videos. Lowe's Car 50 out.